After an 0-2 start to 2025, Notre Dame is set to take on one of its oldest rivals in the Purdue Boilermakers. Can the Irish finally get it right?
By Samardzija, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's going in! Notre Dame has scored!
Go! You will be that driving force to motivate those coaches and those players to beat Southern Cal!
Notre Dame is relevant again.
The 20, the 10, 5-5 rocket touchdown!
Notre Dame is number one!
It's a game of who's going to flinch first. We know that it won't be Notre Dame.
Hello again, everybody. Landon Trailer with John Richards and Logan Trailer. Dylan is off today, but he sends his best wishes to us and the viewers. Well, here we go. 0-2, number 24, Notre Dame takes on rival 2-1 Purdue on Saturday afternoon at Notre Dame Stadium. JR, no two teams in the nation have met more than Notre Dame and Purdue consistently like these two have, and it's been a pretty one-sided rivalry.
It has. I've seen a ton of Purdue games back in the day, and they were just routine 40-7 drubbings every single time. It was always, full control, domination, a good time to be had. Purdue came around a little bit there once Lou left, and they had Drew Brees, and we had our stumbles. But overall, this has been a fairly non-competitive matchup with our in-state friends.
Right. It's the battle for the Shillelagh Trophy. Logan, you have seen Purdue beat us twice. So have I. That is it. In our lifetimes, Purdue has beaten us twice.
Yeah. It is one of my favorite rivalries, though. I think there's a lot of history to it. It means sashing, but how bad Purdue has been of late. And I mean, it is cool to see the trajectory of the rivalry, like Notre Dame, where they were, when we were kids to where they are now. It's in the trajectory of the programs. So that's been a cool aspect of it. Obviously, I don't think it's not Notre Dame USC. It's not like a Notre Dame Miami feel that we had this year. So I think it's a little bit different, unique in its own way, but always an exciting one to play for sure.
Right. Growing up, I mean, he had that 2009 game where it took Jimmy Clausen to Kyle Rudolph at the final seconds of the game on 4th and goal. 2010, we took care of them at home in Brian Kelly's opener. 2011 was a blowout. 2012, the game-winning field goal at the very end of the game, and then 2013 was a back-and-forth game that we won by 7 points. So growing up, with Logan and I, Purdue was always that one game that was tough. It shouldn't have been tough, but it was tough for us. Let's stick to this year, though. Purdue has beaten Ball State and Southern Illinois to begin the year before falling at home 33-17 to USC last week. Through their 3 games, Boiler quarterback Ryan Brown has thrown for 786 yards and 5 touchdowns. However, he has thrown 4 picks, 3 interceptions last week against USC. They did throw for 305 yards and a touchdown. So looks like they have another team with a competent quarterback to face our defense who is not competent. Running back Devin Maccabee, the senior running back for Purdue, 230 yards this season and 3 touchdowns, a solid running back. One of the bright spots here for Purdue was huge to get him to return to the Boilermakers after a 1-11 season last year for Coach Barry Odom. Armand Branch has to be their number 1 wide receiver, 167 receiving yards already this season with just 2 touchdowns. So perhaps Purdue try to get him more involved a little bit here. I'd say only 2 touchdowns for the number 1 guy and 167 yards. Guys, they average 27 points per game. Sounds like they got a pretty competent offense, JR. Not good for us.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I'm sorry I missed yesterday's show. There's about a half an hour worth of diatribe I could add to that.
Differentiate.
Yeah, you guys hit on pretty much everything, too. But, we've given up. Bottom line is we're 0-2 and we've given up 68 points. I don't care how it happens. That's the bottom line. 68 points. And I think, Landon, you had it last year. We had given up 70 in 6 games. As we shift to Purdue here, they have a new coach. They played last week. I watched some of that game. It was an odd situation with the lengthy rain delay. But, USC's competent, and they held their own. They moved the ball up and down the field. They put it in the end zone a couple times. Yeah, they, gave one up to a big guy, and he rumbled and stumbled for, a big guy touchdown. But, thankfully, this isn't, we're not going to Arkansas. Because
I don't think we get our ass kicked, quite frankly.
We got to get ready quick. I don't care who we're playing, right? Last year it was Northern Illinois. This year it's 0-2. I don't know which is worse, but they're both bad. Thankfully, I can lean on Freeman, who has shown the ability to kind of steady the ship. But we got another captain on board who has, for what reasons you want to debate, our defense is just absolutely atrocious right now. And there are holes to plug and things to take advantage of. And a veteran coach like Purdue has now, he's going to figure out ways to take advantage of it. So we're going to continue to get exposed, you guys. And I don't know if this is the result of the transition between Golden to Ash, more zone coverages. I mean, they're pretty open in the things that they've said intentionally on record about wanting to play more zone, but that they talk out of both sides of their mouth. We're going to do the same things, but we're going to change some fundamentals. We're going to change some terminology, but we're going to try to play the same way. No, the fact of the matter is we're 0-2, and primarily because of our defense, not because of our offense. Like you guys pointed yesterday, our offense has given us the lead, and
Right, exactly. Now, listen, zone defense. I am not saying, I know I've gotten a little heated talking about zone. It's not, how do I word this? It's not the worst thing in the world if it's ran correctly. If you want to learn if you want to see zone defense ran correctly, and this might sound biased, whatever, you can look at the Green Bay Packers, because Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, has put on consistently through the last 2 years one of the best defenses in the NFL. He primarily runs zone coverage. When it is taught correctly and executed correctly, it's a solid frickin' defense, and it's worked. Clearly, something's not being taught right to these kids, though, because I don't think it's a lack of talent and execution, like Coach Freeman says. I do believe it's not being taught right. Now, back to the toilet makers. 38 penalty yards per game for Purdue. That's a little alarming if I'm a Purdue fan, especially last week. They had a lot of penalties that cost them yardage and cost them drives. They are -4 on the turnover ratio. They turned it over 3 times last week against USC in a big game that, JR or Logan, if they don't turn that ball over 3 times, you're looking at a lot better game, because USC scored on 2 of those.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously a weird game, but, Purdue is doing some things right. If you go back and watch some of the USC game, they gave them some problems. And I think that it's a lot different from last year. Obviously, I think there's excitement. They basically have a whole new roster. I want to say there's 70 to 80 new guys on that roster. So it's, what'd you say?
Heavy turnover.
Yeah. So it's not the same team that we've been accustomed to seeing, especially from last year. But here's my thing, and I've thought this all week, as frustrated as we are, you look back at it, I think the way we played against Texas A&M, my opinion, we beat Miami. If we go out and play the way we have the last 2 games, we're going to win this game. But now, how do you measure success? How does this game look? And to me, you can't come out, you got to come out hungry like you did last year. And if you don't, we have a bigger problem on our hands, guys.
Right. If we don't come out like we did last year, I'm not saying 66-7 or anything like that. What I'm saying is that fire. If we let Purdue stick around for a little bit, they're I don't like our chances in close games, as you know. So if we let Purdue stick around, I don't like us, to be honest, quite frank with both of you. Purdue gave up 460 yards last week against USC, though. I'm expecting us to be very good offensively. You look at their defensive statistics. They let Southern Illinois kind of run the ball a little bit on them. Ball State obviously did not do anything on them. But last week gave up 460 to the Trojan man. Quite frankly, both of you, this game comes down to getting stops. If this ends up in another touchdown for touchdown game, I mean, good Lord, we could see a Notre Dame versus Purdue shootout, JR.
I'm telling you, just don't expect a shutout.
I know, right? I mean, I never thought I'd say those words. Notre Dame and Purdue in a shootout. I mean, that's just astonishing to me. Logan, we'll move on to your keys to the game on Saturday afternoon in Notre Dame Stadium. As he's frozen, I think, in the back there.
Yeah, three. My first one is offense. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. First key offensively, I think that you don't want to see regression. I would like to continue to see them put CJ in positions to be successful, but also really good 1-2 punch. Did like they did last week, which takes some pressure off of CJ. I think the second thing that we talked about, especially Monday, we got to get home defensively, and our pressure has got to be there. We got to be physical up front on both sides of the ball, but especially defensively. I think that at some point you got to see improvement, you got to see development. You're in game 3, so a lot of the mistakes should be corrected and shouldn't be continuing to happen. So third one, to me, special teams. And I know it's the weird one. I know we don't really talk about it a ton, and I'm not necessarily just talking about kicking, but on the kickoff, at a return for a touchdown, got a penalty, A&M had to bring it back. Like, those things can't happen. I would like to see those cleaned up. So kind of going simple this week, going a little obvious, but those 3 keys to me, fellas, it's 1 week at a time right now. And, the sad thing is we've been here before. You probably would like to think you're feeling a little bit better this year than you were last year after losing to Northern Illinois. But at the same time, it's do or die. And those mistakes that have gotten you in this position have got to be corrected.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good keys. Good takes. JR, 3 keys to the ball game for Saturday.
My 3 keys are really simple, and I'm going to put this back on the words of our coaches. Tackle. It's a fundamental. Let's see some tackling, because that first touchdown that A&M scored was just atrocious. And from that point on, the tackling the rest of the night was atrocious. I want to see a mentality on defense. Not this, let's sit back and read and react. I want to dictate and pressure and play with a physicality that we have yet to see this year. And then simple execution. I think part of our problem is confusion. Our guys don't know how to execute yet. They're being taught different things fundamentally. They have new terminology. They've got a new coach. They've got new leadership. We got a lot of question marks on that side of the ball that we just assumed were going to carry over from last year, and that is not the case at all. So tackling, physical mentality, and let's see this execution that they're talking about. If it's not plays and it's execution, okay, I'm going to put it back on them.
Right. Absolutely. My 3 keys: get stops or 3. I don't think they're going to stop us much on Saturday. I'm looking for stops. Specifically, I think if we can get the ball back to our offense 3 times in this game and go up by 3 touchdowns, maybe 4, depending on who gets the ball first, I think we'll be good. Pressure the quarterback. They're not good with 4+ always in the guy's face. Be dictative, as JR said. Don't be this reactive bullshit mad defense. That's not Notre Dame. We're not reactive. We're dictator. This is a damn dictatorship at Notre Dame. And lastly, no stupid penalties. We had a couple last week that just really, really hurt us, and it was frustrating to see because that was the unit last year that I felt most confident with, when in terms of fundamentals and no stupid penalties. And last week, and the week before, for that matter, we were penalized for pretty stupid penalties.
I have penalties written on there, and I scratched it out to leave it. I left
Yeah.
a little meat on the bone there, Lando.
Yeah, you did. Yes. All right. Well, Notre Dame has won the last 9 games versus Purdue. They won 66-7 last year at Purdue. Let me preface this by saying I do feel bad for Purdue. They had to play us last year after Northern Illinois, and now they have to play us after 2 heartbreaking years. You'll never hear me say that I feel bad for Purdue again. Those who know me know my true feelings about the Purdue Boilermakers athletics. They won the last meeting at Notre Dame Stadium 27-13 back in 2021, BK's last year. The Irish lead the all-time series 60-26 with 2 ties. So it has been a very one-sided rivalry for the Chalet League Trophy. Notre Dame is 32-12-2 at Notre Dame Stadium. No 2 teams, as I mentioned, in the country have met more than Notre Dame and Purdue. With that, we will move into week 4 picks. New format this week. We're going to start off the week with the Brian Koberger prison inmate game of the week. And we have a doozy of a game for you. Ball State at UConn, 3:30 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network. Cannot believe this game is even televised. We'll go Logan, JR, myself.
Repeat this one. I got to look up the line.
Ball State at UConn.
Oh my God.
Logan's favorite pick of the week is always the prison inmate.
No, you didn't. This is a good one, though.
Yeah? Jeez.
Give me UConn till further notice.
JR, who you rolling with here?
Yeah, UConn, they put up some points, I think, this year. Have they not?
Yes.
Testicle Tech rolling to UConn. Give me the Huskies.
Yeah, Dylan's got UConn as well. I'm going with UConn too. The non-ranked slate is pretty solid this week. Iowa at Rutgers, Friday night, 8 p.m. on Fox. Right now, it's Iowa -2.5 on the road.
Sorry, what was this one?
Iowa at Rutgers.
Iowa at Rutgers. Give me Iowa.
You know, would you hire somebody that was at Rutgers?
No.
You know, question. Give me Iowa.
Tony Soprano is the only good thing to come from Rutgers. Dylan's going with Iowa. I am going with Iowa as well. Here is a sneaky game that I am looking forward to because Steve Angeli leads the country in passing yards. Syracuse at Clemson, 12 p.m. on ESPN. Can the Tigers get it right?
Got to give me Clemson, but would not. I mean, 17.5 is a lot.
Yeah.
For that Clemson team, but give me Clemson.
It's 17.5. That is insane. Dabo going to be ending up somewhere else. Yeah, I'll take Clemson here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Angeli won.
Yeah. Dylan's going Clemson. I'm going Clemson as well. Syracuse covers. It would be huge if Syracuse could keep on winning. It'd help our cause. SMU, battle for the skillet here. SMU at TCU. ESPN2 at noon, 6.5 in favor of the Horned Frogs.
This is gonna be a shootout. Give
Yeah.
me
Ooh.
TCU.
Yeah, I'll take TCU too. They showed a little of that SMU game before the Purdue USC game restarted. They didn't look that great.
Yeah, Dylan's going with TCU, and I like the Frogs to stay undefeated as well. North Carolina at UCF, 3:30 p.m. on Fox. Bill B trying to get that second win as the or third win as the Tar Heel head coach.
Good
Give me Central Florida here.
line.
6.5 UCF.
I'll ride that.
Dylan has Central Florida as well. I'm going North Carolina on the road to take down Central. Give me the Tar Heels. West Virginia at Kansas, 6 p.m. on FS1. West Virginia getting a big win last week against Pitt. Kansas trying to save their season. It's a big game of the Big 12. You got to think the loser is probably eliminated from contention in the Big 12.
A big win last weekend. Rich Rod and company. Give me Kansas though.
Ooh.
Kansas. Uncle Pat, he was out partying down in West Virginia.
He was partying with Bobby Huggins right there. A little drinking going on there with Bobby Huggins and him. Give me Dylan's got Kansas. I'm going with West Virginia. I think they ride the wave after making Pitt eat some shit last week. They are in a letdown, huge letdown spot though. Arizona State at Baylor, another huge one in the Big 12. Again, the loser probably eliminated in the Big 12 contention. Can't take that second loss this early in the season, especially with how deep the Big 12 is.
Like Arizona State's coach a lot, but Baylor at home night game. Yeah, give me Baylor.
What's the line?
2.5.
For who?
Baylor.
Baylor.
Dylan is going with Arizona State. I got the Bears. Logan will see one Bear team win this week, and it's the Baylor Bears. All right, that does it for the non-ranked slate. This ranked slate of games this week is loaded. Number 17, Texas Tech at number 16, Utah, 12 p.m. on Fox.
It's gonna be a shootout too, I feel like. But give me Texas Tech on the road.
Give me the Utes at home.
Oh. Okay, but it's not a night game for Utah. Utah's amazing at night at that stadium. Dylan's going with Utah as well. I think that Utah's a little bit overrated, in my opinion. Beat you at UCLA and beat Wyoming. Also beat another team in there as well. They're 3-0. I'm going with Texas Tech on the road to make a statement win on the road. Prove they're a real Big 12 contender. UAB at Tennessee, number 15, Tennessee, 12:45 on the SEC network. Tennessee going to roll, get right game for them. Oregon State still searching for that first win of the season. Who would have thought that? They're going to be in the same category as us. At number 6, Oregon, 3 p.m. On the Big Ten Network. That game was still searching for a TV spot. That got moved to the Big Ten Network. Oregon's going to roll to stay undefeated. Kent State at number 7, Florida State, 3:30 on the ACC Network. Next week, though, watch out. Florida State, little look ahead a little bit. They play Miami.
Hold on.
Kent State. Yeah, okay.
Kent State against Free Shoe U.
I'll leave that to you.
I mean, based on name alone, this could have been the Coburger game of the week.
A ranked team will never have that slot. Number 22, Auburn at number 11, Mobilehoma, 3:30 on ABC. Auburn's another one of those teams where I rank them outside of the top 25, but still inside the top 30. Wins against Baylor, Ball State, and South Alabama. Don't really think that warrants being ranked, but who you got, Logan?
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, Joklahoma. They look good this year. I like Mateer too.
Yeah, Venables finally turning it around. He entered the year on the probably one of the hottest seats around in Norman. Give me Oklahoma to win this game at home. Dylan's got the Sooners as well. Tulane at number 13, Ole Miss. The line is minus 11 and a half in favor of Ole Miss. This game's at 3:30 p.m. on ESPN. We've seen Tulane give Ole Miss some struggles in the past.
We have. Give me Lane Train.
Same.
Yeah, Lane Train wins this one. Dylan says the same. Number 21, Michigan at Nebraska. 3:30 p.m. on CBS. Excited for this one.
Is he suspended still?
I think he got to choose what games he's suspended for, and I think
I don't think this is one of them.
it's
This
two.
isn't
Yeah,
one of them?
right. I don't think so.
This is gonna bite me, but give me Nebraska at home. Oh,
What line?
this line's only 2.5. Michigan.
I'm going to take Nebraska at home.
I mean, this is arguably the game of the week. There's a lot you could choose from, but this is one of the best games of the week.
Rayola's still there, right?
Yes, Patrick Mahomes' doppelganger. Dylan's rolling with the Wolverines at home. I like Nebraska to upset the Wolverines and make a statement. They're 3-0, looking to go 4-0 for the first time in a very, very long time, it feels like. Give me the Cornhuskers at home to knock off Michigan and slip into the top 15 next week. They look good. Temple at number 18, Georgia Tech, 4:30 p.m. on the CW network. Georgia Tech finally getting some of the respect they deserved. Should have been a preseason ranked team, in my opinion. South Carolina at number 23, Missouri, 7 p.m. on ESPN. South Carolina, after getting drubbed last week at home to Vanderbilt, takes on undefeated Missouri. 10.5 towards Mizzou.
Give me Mizzou.
Yeah, you guys know how I feel about the drink. Give me Mizzou.
Dylan is rolling with Mizzou as well. Looks like, I don't know, I feel like Beamer might be on his way out of there to Virginia Tech. Watch out for that one. Give me Missouri to win this one and cover the spread. Florida at number 4, Miami, 7:30 on ABC.
Give me the U. 7.5, JR, Miami.
You as well. Florida playing hard. Played hard against LSU, I guess, but I guess I'll take Miami. Miami's a little better this year with Carson Beck running the show.
I think the U is back. I'm going with Miami. So is Dylan. Georgia State travels to number 20 Vanderbilt, 7:30 on ESPNU. The Commodores are going to stay undefeated on the year, 4-0. When's the last time Vandy's been 4-0? Southeastern Louisiana travels to number 3 LSU, 7:45 on the SEC network. BK having it his way. Sam Houston at number 8 Texas, 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Texas has been struggling. The line is 40.5. I like Sam Houston to cover, but obviously it's a head nod, but I think Sam Houston covers this one. Michigan State at number 25, USC, 11 p.m. on Fox.
Sparty.
Sparty?
Barty.
Oh, sorry, USC.
Oh, okay.
Sparty against Trojan, man.
Yeah, getting your rubbers mixed up there.
Yeah, an interesting match there from a mascot perspective. Give me Trojan, man.
Dylan likes the Trojans as well. Ugh, I hate picking for USC. Just really grinds my gears. I'm going with the Trojans as well. Purdue at number 24, Notre Dame, 3:30 p.m. on NBC. Dylan Kearns, let me preface this. What, Logan?
Are we not picking?
Did I leave that? Did I leave that one?
We gotta pick that one.
Oh my God.
No respect. Just gloss right over.
No, that is on me. That is totally on
Awesome.
me. Holy shit. That is terrible on my part. Wow. That is absolutely pathetic. My apologies to IU and Sig. And actually Sig. My apologies to Brett Belima and the Illinois Fighting Illini. My apologies there. Number 9 Illinois at number 19 Indiana, 7:30 p.m. on NBC. What an idiot.
Oh man, I kind of want to see what JR does first. But
On.
I think we know who he's picking.
Give me the Hoosiers, and I'll lay the 3.
and it's 5.5 now.
Up to 5.5. Whatever it is, I'll lay it.
Yeah, you know what? I'll roll with JR then. Golly, this gonna bite me. Give me Sig.
Wow.
I know.
You guys are Sig meat riders. I'm going with Illinois. I think they're the better team in this one. Give me Illinois. Man, IU 5.5. That is pathetic. Give me Illinois. All right, now let's get to do this one, okay? I apologize. Messed up on that one. I was going so fast when I previewed this on Monday night. Purdue at number 24, Notre Dame, 3:30 on NBC. Just to preface this, Dylan is going with Purdue because it saved our season last year, so he's going to ride that momentum that he had last year. He says 44-38 in double overtime. Both teams trade touchdowns in the first overtime, and then Carr is stripped. He's sacked, and Purdue takes it to the house for the win in 2 overtimes. He said he's going to have a little fun with this one. Logan, who you got?
That just makes me sick. But I'm going to go Notre Dame 45. Unfortunately, Purdue 24.
Jeez.
Yeah, I have a similar feeling. I think we'll like the end result, but we're not going to be feeling any better about ourselves. I've got Notre Dame 37, Purdue 20.
I got Notre Dame 56-27. Think we score 56. Think they score 27. Don't think they're going to get a stop. I really don't. Neither are we, apparently. So I got the Irish 56-27. Notre Dame will get a good feel-good win, perhaps, on, Logan and I talk about feel-good wins in AAU basketball. This is one of those feel-good wins, doesn't really help your team in any way. Doesn't really, obviously, if you lose, it hurts, but doesn't really do much for your team. I don't think we're going to get much out of this game. The game that we will get a lot out of, see who we are, is the next week.
Let me just say this, though. Name another team that's opened with Miami and Texas A&M type teams.
I agree.
So I'm not going to complain that maybe we're catching Purdue when they're on a down cycle, although they're going to be much more improved than they were last year.
Very true. Very true. It is a rivalry game, so I will end the show by saying BTFD, Notre Dame and Purdue, 3:30 p.m. NBC on Saturday. We will see you next Monday to recap it all. We'll see you next Monday, hopefully recapping a little better performance from the Irish. For JR and Logan and Dylan, I'm Landon Trailers. So long, everybody. Go Irish.